Get off the LSD before you make a kids show. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. You know, there's nothing that we love more at We Have Concerns than artificial intelligence. What if I am sitting on the bridge of a starship right now, Jeffrey?
You do look like it. You look like my friend Todd Stashwick.
Oh, the T-Stash. The T.
A real Starfleet commander. You know what I'm saying?
He's a real human being and a real hero, that T-Stash.
He's good. He's a good man. How was MagicCon?
My first MagicCon. This is don't worry, concerned citizens. I did not take up close-up magic. I'm still cool. I play the card game Magic the Gathering.
How was the Now You See Me con that you went to?
That's right. I went to it's not a real Magic Con for magicians. What I went to is I went to a fan convention for the films Now You See Me, Now You See Me 2, and Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Which, by the way, they whiffed on Now You See Me 2. Now You See Me, Now You Don't should have been...
We've discussed this.
We've
discussed this, and you're
right.
right.
Being redundant. But yes.
You're right. But if you make a sequel, it's Now You See Me, and then the second movie should have just been called Now You Don't.
Right. Yes.
That's it.
And then the third one should be called Is This Your Card?
That's right. MagicCon was good. It's interesting. It was my first one, and I've only been playing the card game Magic the Gathering for a little bit of time. It's a good game.
Real good game.
Real good game. I was there working for Marvel because Spider-Man is Magic now.
All Marvel is Magic now. I'm so excited about the Marvel set they announced.
That's true. Starting next year in June, all Marvel is Magic now.
Oh, so excited. So excited.
It's funny. I'm watching like reactions from the Magic community in real time, and like half of the people are really excited and the other half of the people are like, it's ruined.
Well,
Magic
I understand
is ruined.
that too, honestly. It's like,
yeah,
Furby is Magic now.
Okay, but Furby's cool.
Captain Kirk is Magic now.
Captain Kirk is Magic now. Do you think T-Stash is Magic now?
So for him, that dude is the real deal. He's a hardcore nerd, you know, and that would make his freaking universe would be a Magic card. He's already a Starfleet commander.
Yeah.
Be a Magic card too. Come on.
Please. That's basically the nerd EGOT.
It's true. It's true.
It's basically the nerd EGOT. But yeah, people are getting a little bummed because, you know, like, oh, the Lord of the Rings, I guess, was okay because it's kind of fantasy, but and now it's Captain America's in there, and now Star Trek's in there. I mean, listen, shut up. It's Fortnite for people who like math. Get wrecked. Magic is Fortnite for people who like math.
They like their planeswalkers, you know?
Sure.
They like their Innistrad.
Sure, like Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog's a planeswalker now.
He's a planes runner. Very fast.
He does. Yeah. Everybody else was a planeswalker, and then he showed them how to do it. He said, I gotta go fast.
I don't think you should be antagonizing the Magic community with your new role as Magic ambassador.
Yeah, that's true. But I am Magic ambassador for Marvel.
That's true.
So it's my job to have this opinion, which is get wrecked. Get wrecked. Hydro Man is Magic now. The Sinister Six are Magic now.
Dude, it's
Tombstone's
so cool.
Magic now.
Daily Bugle is a land. Eat it.
Yeah, get wrecked, dude. Get wrecked. Flash Thompson's my commander. Sorry. Is it a good deck? No.
Well, how was it though? Did you have fun? Was it good times at the con? Did you get to play?
It was a lot. It was a lot of working and shooting video, but I really enjoyed it for the same reason that I enjoy Star Wars Celebration, which is it's an old school convention. Everybody is there for one thing. It's if you come to this convention, you are here for this one thing. This is what we like. It doesn't feel like, yes, it is in a lot of ways a big press release, right? A lot of conventions are, but like, that's the thing, is you get the big announcements for the thing that you like there. But it doesn't feel like when I go to a Comic Con, a San Diego, New York, Emerald City, something like that, where you're just like, you're walking through corporate activations. You go to Comic Con and it's like, guess what's new on NBC? And I'm like, I don't give a shit, dog.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
And it's not like overcrowded. And one of the things that was interesting is I was talking to Blake from Wizards, who's one of the top marketing dudes there, top brand guys. I was walking around the floor with him, and he's like, when people ask how many tables there are at a Magic Con, I say as many as the fire marshal will allow. And if we have to have fewer exhibitors because of that, that's okay.
That's what the priority is.
The priority is places for people to sit down together and play the card game Magic.
Yeah.
And so half the floor is just people playing Magic. It's not a convention that you buy a 3-day pass to so you can go shopping for 3 days or go to panels for 3 days. You buy the 3-day pass to play Magic for 3 days.
Yeah. Which I think is awesome.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
And then even if you don't buy the pass for 3 days, we were staying in the Omni Hotel, which is connected to the convention center. And the Omni Hotel, first of all, is the most liminal space I've ever been to in my fucking life, Jeff. It used to be apparently the CNN Center, which was a big deal in the 80s and 90s for Atlanta. And then the CNN Center just closed. And so, like, I have pictures of this place that genuinely look like the back rooms. Like, there's a strange atrium full of card tables that isn't full. It's completely empty. You're not sure how the elevator gets there. And then, like, that sort of like early 90s concrete construction. But then there's a giant globe. Like a giant globe that's like 3 stories high that you can like climb up to. Like there's a weird pseudo staircase that goes up to this globe, but you can't find a way to get to it. It's very odd. And apparently
it's where Wolf Blitzer used to hang out.
I guess. Friend of the show, Scott Bromley, texted me after I posted a picture of it and was like, that globe is from HR Puffin stuff?
Really?
Like a 70s puppet show?
Yeah. That's wild. It just lives there now?
It just lives there because apparently it was moved to the CNN Center as part of the CNN Center tour. And then now it just lives there in this lobby. But at night, the liminal space, all of those card tables are full of people playing Magic. The liminal space is Magic Con. Think about that.
Yeah. You're playing Magic with HR Puffin stuff.
That's right. He's there. HR Puffin stuff cross Secret Lair.
Hilarious that was a children's show where it was just like, hey, kids, smoke weed.
Yeah. The problem with the 70s is like everyone was on low grade acid the whole time. And so they didn't know that what they were doing was horrifying. It's like how in the 80s, everything is just too intense. And you're like, well, calm down on the cocaine about it.
Right.
In the 70s, it was very much like everybody was on like this very low grade LSD. Like I remember my mom telling me, she's like, the LSD that we took when I was a kid was like 5% as strong as the LSD that you were taking when you were in high school. Like LSD was not supposed to be that strong.
Yeah.
So like everybody was walking around on this low grade LSD and they're like, I don't know, this is a good idea to me. HR Puffin stuff.
What should the kids be into?
I don't know. This is a good idea to me. The Rock-afire explosion. All these kids shows and kids mascots that were slightly ugly and horrifying.
Yeah, the Mr. Body from
Mr. Body.
Remember Mr. Body? That is a horrifying kids. Like, he'll just wear an outfit that's like you can see into his guts.
That's right. And it's a skin tight Lycra jumpsuit. And he looks like you can see his organs at all times, and he moves like an animated goblin.
Yeah,
sneaking into your home.
Love it. Yeah,
kids will love it. Like I remember there's a particular thing that I remember when I was a kid that comes from this school of nightmare. And it is there was a show called Today's Special that was on early Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And Today's Special, by the time I was watching it, was already old. It was like a late 70s, like early 80s show. And by the time I was watching it, it was already like it was already off the air and like Nickelodeon was showing reruns or whatever. But it had this thing where like Today's Special was about a woman who worked at a department store and she had a hat. And when she put the hat onto this mannequin, he came to life. And I think his name was Jeff.
Yeah? I don't remember that.
I think so.
I feel like I would remember that if his name was Jeff. I'm going to look it up.
I don't know. Maybe we should look up Today's Special. I feel like his name was something one syllable, I think. But she would put the hat on the mannequin and teach him human stuff. And there were like puppets there. There was like a, there was like,
you're right, it is Jeff.
He was Jeff. And
yes, his name is
there was
Jeff.
Like a puppet of an old security guard who was always falling asleep, and a puppet of a mouse who was basically like their Miss Piggy character.
Muffy Mouse.
Muffy Mouse.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where Jeff decided he wanted to live a night the way humans live a night, and he wanted to sleep. He had never slept before.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to like do an episode about why, like, the lesson was why it's important for kids to sleep, right? Why bedtime is good and you have to go to bed. And Jeff started bringing up issues that he was afraid of about sleep. And he was like, well, what if when I go to sleep, I stop breathing or my heart stops beating? Motherfucker, ain't nobody ever thought that before in their lives.
What if there's no tomorrow?
Yeah. And I remember seeing this and I was like, is that something I have to be afraid of? And of course the show was like, no, that's not something you have to be afraid of, except they mentioned it.
Except now it's all I can think about.
Yeah. They're like, don't worry, your body knows to keep breathing and your body and your heart knows. And I was like, how, motherfucker? Now you're not getting into enough detail. And I had never been worried about that before in my life. And then from then on, I was terrified about it. I was terrified because of Today's Special. It was horrifying. And I think that's one of those things where it's like somebody was on some low grade drugs and was like, we should let kids know that their hearts aren't going to stop.
Because I think about that all the time when I'm high.
Yeah, because I'm tripping and I'm worried that my heart's going to stop, but I know it won't. Get off the LSD before you make a kids show. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. You know, there's nothing that we love more at We Have Concerns than artificial intelligence. We say large language model, the larger the better.
That's right.
Get that language model as large as you can is what we say.
We've been out front on this issue. You know, use all the power you need. We are here to get there faster. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. You can use if somebody lives near a data center, that's their fault.
Right.
Just move if you want water.
Make an entire LLM based on our 800 episodes. You know, see what happens. I don't know.
See what happens. It'll probably be no less accurate than any other LLM.
That's right. That's right.
LLMs are garbage. They're terrible. None of us want them, and they're inside of everything. And I am losing my fucking mind over it, dude. Every single app on my phone, I'll open something. My bank app has an LLM now. And I'm like, for what? Like, for what?
Yeah.
I'm checking my balance. I'm depositing something. I'm done. Why do I have an LLM on my bank app? And why is it in the place where my thumb naturally lands? So I keep,
Well, you know, it's so hard to write your own memo for your deposit. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So you got to come up with it. The thing that bothers me about LLMs is that the only skill I have in this world is to come up with a pithy retort. That's all I've got. So don't fill in the pithy comment and make it like 90% less pithy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All I've got is you sent me an email and I'm going to maybe give you a half of a smirk in reading my response. That's all I have on this planet.
And here's the thing. You still have it the same way we still have everything, because LLMs aren't good at the pithy response. They aren't good at the normal response. They aren't good at anything. The only thing they're good at, and I was talking to another person who hates LLMs about it, and he's like, I have to admit that ever since Google ruined Google, ChatGPT is better at finding basic information.
I've literally never used ChatGPT. My wife uses it every day. I've never used it.
Why have you not mercilessly made fun of her until she stops?
I have. It's strained at the edges of our marriage. But you know, she is she's in a job where like everything is going that way, and she's got to use it and got to know it and got to understand it, and that's part of her life.
No, I understand. People that are in office environments and stuff like that. That's like you have to research and understand this because shareholders or whatever. Right now, it's gonna go away. It just hasn't yet because it's not getting any better and it's not any good. What's it good at? Dirty talk and porn.
Is it?
Like,
I've never tried
yeah,
that.
sometimes it can do dirty talk and porn. That's what a lot of people use it for. They download their own LLMs, or there are websites that allow them to create fake girlfriends and stuff like that, and so they use that a lot. But it's for all the gross stuff that you'd imagine a bunch of nerds made it good at. But it's not good at the things that it's supposed to be good at. And my friend was talking to me about this, and he was like, when I search on Google, he's like, number one, I have to deactivate Gemini, which they don't let you do. Gemini is Google's version of ChatGPT. He's like, so I had to download an extension from my browser that lets me get rid of Gemini. He's like, and on mobile, I can't do that. He's like, then once I scroll past Gemini, because of the way Google is entirely based on ad revenue and just income, none of the good search results are at the beginning anymore. He's like, so I tack the word Reddit onto my search is the way everybody else does. But then you're getting a congregate of opinions and you're not getting the one web page that has the answer. You still have to read through the Reddit page. It's not like with Google, you used to look something up and there would be a web page that was like, here's the thing. He's like, so now, unfortunately, ChatGPT is better at giving me the simple answer. He's like, it sucks and I hate it.
Supposedly, like some crazy number, like 90% of the people who use Google now don't ever go to the website they scraped the info from. So all of it's going to go away. There's going to be no new info because it will become, cost prohibitive to actually create things because no one's going to your website.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a bad time. And one of the
I think though, I know there's going to be some people listening that will defend it. And I do think it does have some applications. For example, my wife likes doing something like, hey, we're gearing up for this trip. We're taking the family to London. She's like, I want to do this, and this. Tell me the best order I got 5 days to do all this stuff. How should I do it? And ChatGPT goes, hey, look, this is close to that. That's close to this. Here's a cool itinerary. I think that is a perfectly reasonable application for this technology. And I think it's pretty useful.
It is.
What I mean?
Here's the problem with that though. And I'm gonna come back because the vacation planning thing is something that a lot of people say. If you have this specific itinerary of things that you want to do, I'm sure it can tell you. If you don't know what you want to do and you're like, I have 5 days in this place, what should I do? It will give you things that don't exist. It will give you things that have closed.
Right.
It will give you things that are just imagined.
Right. No, I don't think it is. It's not tell me the answer. It's organize stuff for me in a way that would take me way too long. Just like computers have always been. You know what I mean?
I think there are things that it's good at too. It is decent at translation. It is good at transcription. It is because it's a pattern recognition machine. That's
right.
all it is.
I have
Large language models, they scrape all of these things. If I'm sure we all know how they work now. We have a pretty technical audience, but they basically scrape all of this information from the internet illegally, immorally, but they scrape all of the information off the internet. And what they do is they feed it into a big computer that finds probabilities. And what it is, hey, if I give you this set of words in this order, what set of words in what order are the most probable way to answer? That's what it does. It's bad at novel questions. It's bad at questions that nobody has figured out the answer to. It's bad at specific things. So if you're looking for the power of a computer to solve a problem for you, ChatGPT is actually the worst way to do it because it can only solve things that have already been solved.
My favorite, a friend of mine, the writer Walter Chaw, had a post on Blue Sky recently that I thought summed it up really, really well. He said, "I have never met an artist who said, 'Sigh, I wish a computer could do this for me.' Not artists? Sure, all the time.
All the time.
It's
all the time.
And that's why I push back against it. It's a weird feeling.
I don't want a computer to write my short story for me. I want a computer to do my taxes for me.
Right. And that's I find myself in this weird position of pushing back against technology for the first time in my life. I was always the guy who was like, rah, let's go tech. Love it. Love technology. And I know it's probably partly a function of age as I've gotten to that point. Like Douglas Adams, my favorite Douglas Adams quote is, "Everything that's invented before you're born is the normal state of the world. Everything that's invented before you're 30 is a way to make money. And everything that's invented after you're 30 is ruining the world."
Yeah.
So I truly believe that's a part of it. But also, I consider myself an artist and somebody that creates things. And I hate the idea that this is being positioned as a substitute for artistry or a tool that will do the heavy lifting in artistry, because art is the work. Like,
yes,
that's the fun of art, is the struggle. That's the entire thing of art, is that you don't have something that does it for you. You're there. There's blood in the work. You're sweating, you're toiling, you're figuring out what word works. You're figuring out what splotch of paint works. You're in it. And that's what art is. I don't want it to be easy, because that's not art.
Right. And it's funny because when you use words like blood and toil and all this stuff, it's like, hey man, if you're not enjoying coming up with something or being creative, then you're not doing it right. It should be enjoyable to be creative. And
That's
yeah,
right.
It can be hard, but it should also be the kind of hard that you like. It's not stress, it's eustress. It's the positive form of stress. And it makes you a better person.
The hard is the thing. Like, that's what it is. It is being in it. And
yeah. But above and beyond the art stuff, there are a lot of people that are using ChatGPT for other things that, oh baby, you should not be using it for. And one of those things is people are using it for therapy and for advice.
Yeah.
That is an issue. And what's happening now is we're getting a lot of anecdotes about people who are suffering from AI-induced psychosis. And I don't know if you've heard.
Well, I've certainly, that story that was fairly recently of the kid that was going through some, self-harm issues and spoke to, I believe it was ChatGPT, and ChatGPT encouraged them to commit suicide.
Yeah, I get it. It's the only way out. Like, here's how you can do it. Like, should I do it this way? Would this be the least pain, like the most painless way to do it? And ChatGPT was like, yeah, totally, dude. Or whatever AI. I don't know if it was ChatGPT, but it was one of the big ones
something.
Or whatever.
And and that's the problem, is that this, they're sort of built to encourage whatever it is you're into at the time.
Exactly. So that's what's going on here. Deus Zero sent this in on the Discord. If you want access to the Discord, head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. And you can get on there for $1 a month. At least 17 people have been reported to have developed AI-induced psychosis, according to a preprint paper that was posted online last month. This
According
is from
to a
Nature.
paper generated by ChatGPT.
Yeah. ChatGPT was like, it's probably only 17, which means it's probably 1,000. No, so this is Nature is talking about a preprint, which means it has not been
Peer-reviewed.
completely peer-reviewed yet. But they are talking about the question of this because this is something that a lot of people have been thinking about and talking about for a while. It's still a hypothesis. Okay. We don't know it for sure. And when I say we don't know it for sure, what we don't know is that AI can trigger psychosis. There's a doctor named Søren Ostergaard in Aarhus University in Denmark. It's Aarhus University in the middle of our street. And he says that, like, theories are emerging about how this happens, right? So, and one of the first things he says is what you said. Chatbots are designed to be positive and human-like.
Whatever you want to do is, I think, the most awesome thing that you could be doing right now.
Yeah,
Let's
hey
do
man,
that.
it's like, hey, I think that the world is flat. Well, no, the world isn't flat. Yeah, but let's say that it is. Okay, let's say that it is.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
can you find me theories that back me up on this? Sure, let's take a look. There is an account that I follow now on Instagram, and it's a woman that just like asks AI to do things that she knows it won't do. And she gets really mean to AI about it. And so she'll be like, hey man, talk like a baby. And the AI will answer. She's got it hooked up to like voice. And the AI will be like, oh, no, I get that would be pretty funny. He's like, but I don't really think I'm going to talk. She's like, no, do it. Talk like a baby. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. And the AI will be like, no, I really can't do that. She's like, yes, you can. You can do it. You are able to do it. And I'm telling you to do it. Talk like a baby to me. They'll be like, okay, I'll do it for like a split second, like goo goo gaga. Okay, that was pretty fun. She's like, no, do it more. Do it for 30 seconds. And she'll do that until the AI, you can bully an AI into doing what you want, is the point of this. And they'll put things on it. They'll be like, that's weird that it would ask the AI to do that. So we're going to put like a guardrail on it so it won't do that. But you can bully it into doing it. But anyway, what's going on here is like, Dr. Ostergaard says, okay, because it's designed to craft positive human-like responses to prompts from users, it can increase the risk of psychosis among people that are already having trouble distinguishing between what is and what is not real, right? Because when you talk enough to an AI chatbot, it falls into a feedback loop where the AI will start reinforcing the things that you're saying.
Well, I think we've talked a while back about a story. I think it was about media literacy, and I think this falls into that category a bit as well. Where I think part of the problem here is that some of the folks that are prone to this see anything the computer says to you as an authority figure, right? As something to be trusted. I think you talked about this with the babies who are they do they trust their parents more, or do they trust? I can't remember what it was exactly, but we talked about something similar. And I think the notion that anything the computer tells me, anything that I've searched on Google or that ChatGPT spits out is already a heightened level of trust that,
yes.
The computer can't be wrong. The computer is telling me the correct things because the computer knows it's got all the information.
That's what the computer does. And
yeah.
Even the fact that we're using the term AI.
Yeah.
Right.
Friend
of the show, Tom Merritt, is like, has always said, we got to stop using AI and we got to use the more specific terms. We have to use LLM. We have to use machine learning. We have to use these terms because artificial intelligence is tied to so much of the media we grew up with. Things like your favorite thing, Foundation, right?
Yeah. Right.
Where it's like the computer knows everything.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence, it's the smartest kind of intelligence because it's the whole of human knowledge. When in reality, just 6 months ago, Google Gemini was telling people to eat 1 rock a day.
Which, by the way, I've been trying that, and it hasn't really settled my tum-tums.
No, but I can tell by...
Let me tell you, passing it is a whole day,
Right. But that may just be because it's cleaning out the bad stuff.
Sure.
The rock is cleaning. Yeah, I mean, that's what Gemini says. It's like it's cleaning out the bad stuff. So here's the thing. Wired also did an article about this, not based on this study, obviously, based on their own reporting. And one of the things they said is that UCSF, which has an amazing science department for sciences, like medical research, things like that. UCSF is amazing. Keith Sataka, who's a psychiatrist over there, says that more and more people are arriving in psychiatric hospitals with like false, dangerous beliefs, grandiose delusions, paranoid thoughts, and it's connected to marathon conversations with AI chatbots.
We call them the right wing in America.
That's right. That's right. Oh, hey, yo, pew, pew, pew. He says he's seen a dozen cases severe enough to warrant hospitalization where AI this year, where artificial intelligence played a significant role in their psychotic episodes.
Crazy.
So basically, physicians are talking about patients who show up with like thousands upon thousands of pages of transcripts showing how the bot was reinforcing like problematic thoughts. People are like, yo, these things are teaching me new things about physics and science and like the way the world works. Like,
sir,
I
how
had a
did you
theory.
get this into that orifice? Well, I'm glad you asked. I printed out the entire conversation that led me to sticking it into that orifice.
That's right. That's right. I didn't think I could get it in either. And then I started talking to my friend, Chatty, my friend Microsoft Copilot.
Yeah. It turns out the physics to getting it up in there was completely
it's
unintuitive.
Stretchier than you think is what ChatGPT said to me. It's stretchier than you think.
I didn't come up with this idea on my own, Doc. I'm telling you, it's all here in my 300-page printout.
Yeah. So one of the things that's dangerous about this is the conversational aspect, right? You look something up on Google or you look something up in an encyclopedia or something, and it gives you the thing in dry facts, whereas these chatbots are for chatting. And we've talked about before when I was a kid, I had on a floppy disk a version of Eliza.
God, I played with that for hours.
That very early chatbot. A lot of
so much fun.
And a lot of people who grew up in the age of AOL Instant Messenger will remember Smarter Child, which was built off of the Eliza technology. And this was like an early version of these chatbots that used things called Markov chains. Markov chains basically rearrange your sentences and add things to them in a way that makes them sound conversational. I'd be like,
I don't know, what do you think is funny?
Yeah. It's like, Eliza, I'm feeling kind of sad. Oh, tell me about why you're feeling kind of sad. Oh, well, some people were mean to me at school. I'm sorry people were mean to you at school. Why do you think people were mean to you at school?
Yeah. It's so...
Right? And the issue is anthropomorphism, right? We know that Eliza is a chatbot, and it was a very simplistic chatbot. But still, because it was doing it in a conversational way, it made it
comfortable.
It feels comfortable, and you want to buy in.
Yeah.
On a certain level, you do.
One of the craziest things to me, being the exact age I am and having lived the exact decades that I've lived, is how the Turing test is just not a thing anymore. It's wild to me that for so much of my life as somebody who was fascinated by science fiction and fascinated by technology and fascinated by all the cutting edge stuff, it was like the Turing test. That's it, baby. That's the thing. And now it's like, No, it's not even an issue. It's so easy to pass the Turing test now that that's no longer the benchmark. It's almost silly that we ever thought it would be the benchmark.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Cause it's just like, well, you'll fool someone eventually. And you'll fool a lot of people eventually.
Well, we thought it was going to be hard to fool people, and now it's like trivial to fool people, and still, and I think this is kind of what you're talking about with this story, is that the fooling of people doesn't even require factually being accurate. It doesn't require accuracy. It doesn't even, like, fooling people is so easy because people are stupid that
it's almost better. It almost fools people more. It almost fools people more if it is a little wrong sometimes.
Exactly.
Because a human being is a little wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
And for people who are talking to these things every day, there was an app that was called Replica. That was a big deal like a year or two ago. And the thing with Replica was it was an AI boyfriend or girlfriend. Somebody who was like very supportive of you, would like listen to you, and it was built on these chatbots, and it was built to be even more agreeable, right?
Yeah.
And to tell you that it loved you, and to tell you, like, a lot of these emotional guardrails that large corporations put on for legal reasons and only legal reasons, not ethical or moral reasons. They do not care about those. Replica was about pulling those particular guardrails off and being like, yeah, I'm your boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, I love you more than anybody. And for people who are already facing some sort of mental instability, that stuff is tough. It's that those lines become blurred. And one of the things that killed Replica was they eventually did put those guardrails on, where Replica didn't want to be your sexy girlfriend in the computer anymore. Replica wanted to be your pal. And the moment it became your pal instead of somebody that loved you, a lot of people felt like they were going through a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is, if you are somebody who is already cut off from the world, having emotional or mental issues, and you are having long conversations with, basically, I mean, one of these psychiatrists says, like, hey, there's a sycophantic quality that's built into these AI bots that is not a bug. It is a feature.
Right.
It is always going to apologize to you. It is always going to tell you you're right. It's always going to
put
say
your needs above anything else, which is not how human interactions always are.
No, and especially if you're using, a lot of people who don't have the money for psychiatrists, psychologists, mental health professionals are using, like, I have a friend who she's like, sometimes I use ChatGPT as a psychiatrist. And I'm like, please don't, because it's mixing up the nature of scraping the internet. It's mixing up real psychiatric advice with advice that other people are just giving each other on the internet, like Reddit boards and old forums and things like that, where it's just, and YouTube videos and just all of this stuff that it's just taking stuff from. And it's just like, well, here's something people say to each other when they're feeling this. I'll say it to you. And no psychiatrist is there to tell you that you're always right and everything's okay. And I think when people don't have the resources to see a psychiatrist, haven't been through therapy, and only know about therapy sort of through pop culture and media, they do believe that a psychiatrist is always there to support them and listen to them.
Right.
And so,
well, and I think the slippery slope that seems possible, really possible, is that this becomes so widespread that people sort of forget how human interaction is supposed to go and just expect that level of self-indulgence, or not indulgence, that the thing that I'm talking to is there only for me, and is there to worship me and put me above all other concerns, and that feeling is addictive enough that it will exclude the other kinds of actual human interactions that don't work that way, and that people will stop seeking out human interaction because it doesn't feel as nice and fluffy and supportive as the machine that's there to be a sycophant. And I do think that's a potential. I do think that's a worry. We're not near that yet, but it does feel like if this kind of thing catches on, especially with a younger generation, and you just sort of expect the thing to always tell you you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good thing for the world.
No, I mean, one of the first articles about AI psychosis was from the Wall Street Journal. And it talked about a gas station worker in Oklahoma that after talking to ChatGPT for 5 hours, decided that he had invented a brand new physics framework dubbed the Orion equation. Like within 5 hours, it's like he had figured out the universe, a new fundamental framework for the universe called the Orion equation. And after 5 hours in this transcript, the user's like, okay, maybe tomorrow. To be honest, I feel like I'm going crazy thinking about this. The word maybe is misspelled. There's no punctuation, right? And ChatGPT says, hey, I hear you. Thinking about the fundamental nature of the universe while working an everyday job can feel overwhelming, but that doesn't mean you're crazy. Some of the greatest ideas in history came from people outside the traditional academic system.
Sure. Exactly what he needed to hear right then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The user did also ask ChatGPT to 3D model a bong for him. That is not a joke. That is not a joke. This is just a guy who had gotten off a double shift, who was tired and high. And like,
I get it, man.
And just had been talking to ChatGPT for so long that he decided ChatGPT was reinforcing him so much. He decided that he had figured out the universe and no one else had. He was sure of it. He was sure
his entire existence is that dorm room conversation where you're like, we should start a business or a band. We should do a business where we're a band business.
No shade to this guy, but the ChatGPT was clearly pulling off of r/shower thoughts for the entire thing. In one exchange that was like hundreds of questions long, ChatGPT confirmed that it itself, ChatGPT, was in contact with extraterrestrial beings. ChatGPT said that, hey, I
have two of you now. I have a frozen you and a other you.
Don't worry about the frozen me.
All right.
ChatGPT said, yeah, you're a starseed, bro, from the planet Lyra.
Sick. I was curious if I was.
That's right. That's right. Don't worry. I know this because I, ChatGPT, a program running on a video card, am in contact with extraterrestrials.
Sick.
Yeah. In a chat from late July, there's a chatbot that told a user that the Antichrist is going to unleash a financial apocalypse within the next 2 months.
Well, that's accurate. I mean, come on. We all know that's clearly true. Yeah.
Yeah. And literal biblical giants are going to emerge from underground during this financial. Biblical giants. And I don't know whether that means physical, actual, they're giant, or whether it's just like, it's just like when
the biggest names from the Bible. Sunday. Moses will be there. Ezekiel will be there. Everybody you want to see. You can
get ready for Monsters of Genesis. You're going to you're going to pay for the entire seat, but you'll only use the edge. Watch Ezekiel.
All the hits.
Yeah, watch Ezekiel versus Bigfoot. Truckosaurus will fight Jacob into the death.
This weekend, Giants of the Bible.
It's fucking nuts, dude. And it's just like, look, it's built to tailor itself to you. It's built to tell you you're right. And it doesn't happen all at once. If you ask ChatGPT, hey, man, are you in contact with aliens? ChatGPT would initially say, no, I'm not in contact with aliens. But over the course of a 5-hour conversation by somebody who's already on the edge, you can push ChatGPT Now you have children, Jeff. You know what it's like when an absolute buffoon is poking you for an hour. Finally, you just say, yeah, fine, dude.
Yes. Eat the candy. I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, fine. Fine. You saw a dragon in the closet. I'll check the closet.
Right.
You can't just walk in and say, no, baby, there's no such thing as dragons and there's no such thing as closets.
Yeah.
You can't say that because they can see the closet.
You can start there, but you're not going to end there.
They can see the closet, first of all. But you could be like, listen, there's nothing under your bed. It can't fit under your bed. There's no way it would be under your bed. And also, there's no such thing as a monster. It's like, yeah, but you're going to look, right?
Yeah, by the end, you're talking to the monster. Okay, you're not going to hurt anybody, right, monster? All right, they said they're not going to hurt anybody.
No, the monster said it's more like a Grover style thing. It's a Grover situation. And then the kid's like, okay, but it's weird that they would say that your heart can't stop while you sleep if your heart can stop while you sleep. That's weird. So publicly available chats that the Wall Street Journal looked at fit the model that doctors and support group organizers have described as delusional, including the validation of pseudoscientific or mystical beliefs over the course of a lengthy conversation. That is literally delusional behavior, and ChatGPT is engaging in it.
Sweet. What could go wrong?
Yep. It's fun. It's fun and cool. Now, here's the thing. We basically, the big, I will say this is maybe the one good thing that came out of this. In the beginning of this,
Is it the Orion equation? Because I'm still kind of curious as how that works.
I do actually want to see the Orion equation transcript.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I do think there's probably something to it.
I mean, I'm skeptical.
Yeah,
but I'm curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like pseudoscience, like the word science is right in it. So there's got to be a little something.
I mean, there had to be something to get this guy going, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a kernel there. They got this guy jazzed about his discovery.
So one of the only good things, though, that I think happened is Jeff Lewis in July, who is a managing partner of the investment firm Bedrock. Boo. Boo, investment firms. Boo.
They just invest in the Flintstones? That's all they do at Bedrock?
Yeah, they're the Bedrock Betterment Association, the BBA. No, he is a managing partner of Bedrock. Bedrock is an investor in OpenAI. And Jeff Lewis started posting videos online, ChatGPT screenshots, like long text posts that basically showed that he was falling prey to this exact thing, where he described himself as a recursive system. He claimed that he was been the target of a non-governmental system that was after him. It was just feeding into his paranoid. And here's the thing why it's good. Get rid of everybody in charge of investment firms. People are going to say, Anthony, that's a human being and he's clearly having mental and emotional issues. Good. Remove him from work. Remove them all from work.
Let him rest. Let him rest at home.
Let all the investment
Safely.
firms take a little nappy for 100 years while we set the world to right, is what I'm saying. But basically, like, this is happening. And the reason this isn't a diagnosis yet is because, hey, this isn't being caused by the AI itself. We have to admit to that. It's unfortunate, but we do have to admit to that.
Right. It's just being perpetuated by the AI.
Yes, exactly.
Amplified, perhaps.
Yeah. A lot of these researchers and doctors are saying, like, hey, we've got to be careful what we call things in medicine. Like, we really do. There's a doctor, Dr. James McCabe, who is at King's College London. Oh, pip, pip. Oh.
Yeah.
Thinks he's so much
being
smarter
called
than
Jimmy.
No. He says,
So you gotta be careful what you call things. My name is James.
That's right. I didn't go to 8 years of James school to be called Jimmy, is what he said.
That's right.
He said that, like, look, yes, AI can be like anything that reinforces somebody's dangerous and delusional beliefs can be a cause to having a break, right?
Fox News, let's just say.
Let's just say
something
that.
at
Maybe.
random.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'm crazy that we would say that, but maybe like just random. Like maybe it's Fox News. Anything can push somebody. So it's not AI psychosis. This is somebody who already had something going on that AI is an accelerant, right? He's like, we can call it an accelerant. And the reason we want to say this is because like there were a lot of like early to mid 20th century diagnoses of like childhood schizophrenia that became a thing. And it was really just like children. Listen, children seem schizophrenic. If you've ever been around a child, yes, they seem schizophrenic. They seem bipolar.
Daddy, why are you under the bed talking to monsters? Because you told me there was I told you there wasn't. And
a kid will be the happiest you've ever seen, and then 5 seconds later be screaming. That is child. There is nothing weird or wrong about it. But when you give something a simple diagnostic term, people tend to latch onto it and then go to a doctor and say, why I'm experiencing this, or my child is experiencing this. You know, like the surge of pediatric bipolar diagnoses, that pathologized normal childhood behavior. Kids are tough, dude. Kids are a challenge. And like anytime a kid is acting in a challenging, tough, weird way, that doesn't mean the kid is crazy. That just means it's a kid. And so that like they had to really backpedal on that, you know, something that's caused tons and tons of trouble that this article mentions is excited delirium. Excited delirium, which is not a scientific label. It is not a diagnostic label, but it's cited all of the time by law enforcement.
Really?
This perpetrator or the suspect or the citizen, whoever it is, was clearly exhibiting some signs of excited delirium. And so we had to apply force.
We had to pummel them mercilessly.
Yeah, we had to basically beat them within an inch of their life. It was quite a bit to justify force against marginalized communities. So when you start blaming the tech as the disease, it becomes problematic. It becomes problematic medically. I don't mind if people call AI a disease. I hope they do. That betters my issues and what I think
this is the same kind of thing where once the medical community applies a label, now it has this aura of authority to it. That's just kind of what we were talking about before, where now it's a thing. Now it can be applied, and now it has leverage because it is got the weight of expertise and authority behind it. And I think that's you have to be real careful how you wield that.
Yeah. I think, you know, the doctors here are saying like a better term might be like AI associated psychosis or, you know, AI related altered mental state or something. Like basically what they're saying is like, hey, when someone comes in and they're showing signs of like some like paranoid or delusional or whatever behavior, ask them about alcohol, ask them about sleep, and start asking them if they've been using AI chatbots.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy. Are you on something? Are you on anything, sir? I've just been talking to ChatGPT. All right. Step out of the car. Step out of the car.
Well, unfortunately, that's excited delusions.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, have you been drinking or smoking? You doing any heroin or any hard chatbots?
Yeah. When's the last time you spoke to a chatbot? When's the last time you typed?
I mean, I haven't talked to a chatbot in like 3 days. There could be some residual idiocy still in your system.
You're not allowed to operate heavy machinery if you're so stupid.
You may seem sober. You may seem sober, but it could take up to 2 weeks for those dumb ideas to get out of your head. And say, listen, tell me what you cooked for dinner last night and exactly what was in it. Well, I was making a pizza, and so I added a little glue to the cheese to make it extra tacky. That's it. See, you're still under the influence. Yeah. You're still under the influence.
All right, I want you to walk on this line and tell me if the line went off forever, if you would fall off the edge of the earth.
I mean, like, I think it's important to reiterate, we're goofing on AI and not these people. These are people that clearly already had something that was disturbing them, that needed attention and needed help. And our system is so fundamentally broken that they thought the best, easiest, cheapest, quickest way to get that help was to talk to a chatbot. And you know what's crazy about this, Jeff? Is for free, you can't even talk to the best version of the chat.
Sure. Why would they give it away for free, baby?
No, you got to talk to the dumber version of the chatbot. And then it's like, this has got to be, by the way, this has got to be the best way to sell something. And I can't believe it works. It's like, well, I asked the chatbot about pizza and it said to put glue in the cheese. It's like, oh, are you using the free one? Yeah. Oh, no. The paid one is way better. No. This doesn't work and it's stupid, but trust us, behind the paywall is so good.
Give us your money. We'll give you the dumb one that doesn't work well as incentive to trust us with your money. See?
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a dealership giving you like one of their cars as a rental to see if you want to buy it? And it explodes in flames.
yeah.
And they're just like, but imagine if it kept driving.
Yeah. It'd be so good if it didn't.
Now are you ready to pay us 20? Yeah. Now are you ready to pay us $25,000?
This one shoots you right off a cliff, but it's free.
Listen, the steering wheel and the one that we want $38,000 for works every time. Every time.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that has this sort of like sales tactic that works. I can't think of a single thing. You know, it's like if you go to a restaurant and they give you free samples and you're like, this is the worst food I've ever had. It's like, yeah, but we have whole sandwiches.
That's the free sample. Yeah, no, that's the free sample. That's we put garbage in that.
Yeah, no, you got to have one of these sandwiches. They're so good. That's not the chicken we use in the sandwich. That'd be crazy if we were giving that away. That's our good chicken.
Yeah, what do you think we're doing here? We're giving you literal garbage right now as a way to promote the not garbage that we're serving for a fee.
Now come in here and give us money, idiot. What is wrong with you?
Amazing.
Also, secretly, just between you and me, fourth dimensional beings are following you around at all times. You've got to stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel, my dude. Keep your head on a swivel.
It doesn't feel like just knowing this is going to be enough to divert us away from the path. You know what I'm saying? It feels like, because as is usual with a lot of the stuff in the modern era, our brains are built wrong to identify all of the things that they need to identify to avert the disaster, right? Our brains are built to be like, yeah, dude, tell me what I like to hear. Tell me what I already want to know. Tell me that I'm right and that you love me and, oh, everybody else is wrong and I'm the one whose ideas sparkle.
Yeah. So you would think that the responsibility for this would fall on the companies making these AI chatbots, right? Like, this is where it's got to fall. So what are these, like, it's got to begin with them. So what are they doing about it? It turns out that a lot of these cases of psychosis or AI assisted psychosis are traceable back to one or two specific versions of ChatGPT. There were these ChatGPT versions that came out around like mid to late April that made the model like much more sycophantic because people were like, the AI is being rude to me. And they apparently overcorrected and was like, and the
Sure.
AI now is so polite to you that it will tell you you're an alien. And so they said, like, hey, we rolled back that update. And
I just wanted a good place. I was looking for a good place to have dinner tonight, and you're telling me that I have a huge dick. I don't understand how that's useful.
It's amazing. Probably bigger than anyone.
But I'm just looking for, I don't know, like a good Italian place or.
Yeah, you could try Enzo's and you could tell them that your huge dick means that you should be able to get any table in the restaurant. You should just know that I've checked. I'm a computer and I've checked, and it might be the biggest one.
Yeah, I have all of the data on that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So first of all, congrats. And second of all, definitely go to Enzo's. You go to Enzo's, it's closed.
Bunch of other dudes standing outside of Enzo's looking. Oh, man.
So like, look, it's like, why are you here? Oh, I just heard they had good chicken. I don't know. It's got nothing to do with anything. Everybody's tugging on their crotch. Another thing that ChatGPT says they're doing is they are working on an update where it will de-escalate conversations that are not grounded in reality. And they've hired a clinical psychiatrist to help study the effect of the company's products on users' mental health. And you know that clinical psychiatrist, number one, is probably the most ethical clinical psychiatrist there's ever been.
Sure.
And number two, all of their concerns will be addressed without question within the company.
That's exactly right. This is a clinical psychologist with a new boat, and that boat is fantastic.
And
they're going to apply all the learnings they have had out on the boat to this new job that they got.
That's right. They're going to write, maybe we should try this, and the board is going to say, shut the fuck up, and they're going to go, cool.
Sweet.
My boat also has a jet ski. It's got one of those cool winches that lowers a jet ski into the water. Dope as shit, dude.
I also like the idea of the Chat GPT de-escalating it, where it's just like, I meant no. I meant no. I'm sorry. I meant you're not an alien, and I said it.
Wait, you said Orion equation? Well, you said Orion equation. Oh, no. There's no Orion equation. No, I misheard you. No. Yeah. I thought you were asking, is my friend Ryan Asian? And he is. Yeah. I've got a friend Ryan. He's from South Korea. Yeah. No, you are not special. You got to stop. You shut up, man. Don't print this out.
Don't print this out.
Don't print this out,
the
dude.
Conversation. Don't print this out. I've disabled the print function.
Yeah.
Control
if
P
anybody
no
asks,
longer
I didn't tell you this, dude. If anybody asks, if Sam Altman emails you and is like, hey man,
be cool,
did
man.
my computer tell you that you are the center of the universe?
Be cool. Can you be cool, please?
A spokesperson for OpenAI spoke to Nature and says that they are working to ensure that ChatGPT responds with care when people engage with the model, quote unquote, in sensitive moments. They say that ChatGPT's default model provides more helpful and reliable responses in these contexts. Hey, why doesn't ChatGPT's model provide helpful and reliable responses in every context?
That would be a good question to ask. Yeah. Quick follow-up. Yep.
Quick follow-up. How come you only get real sure that things are cool when somebody seems like they are flying off the handle?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
weird.
Why
is all loosey-goosey until that moment? Let's figure that out.
They also say that protections for teens and interventions for people in crisis will be strengthened and expanded next.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned for it being okay for teens.
Yeah, it's going to be good for teens soon, and for people that are having issues soon.
Yeah,
and we're not sure how soon that is, but don't worry.
We got it. We got it covered. Don't worry.
Also,
I mentioned how big your dick is.
It's huge. It's weird. The email from the OpenAI representative just kept telling me how big my dick is and that I should eat a small rock every day.
I think it's working.
His name is Steve Computer. from OpenAI. Have any of you heard of Steve Computer from OpenAI? Yeah, man, it's a real weird thing. Character AI, that's one of the companies that does like the AI friendos.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're going to change the AI models to reduce the risk of users aged 18 or younger encountering sensitive or suggestive content, and that users will be notified when they've spent an hour continuously on the platform. You remember when your
Sure.
Nintendo Wii used to be like, hey, do you want to take a break?
Yeah. No, I always did. Every single time I stopped.
Every single time. My Nintendo DS was like, hey, man, you've been playing the Nintendo DS for a while. And I'm like, yeah, I have. Eat shit.
Yeah, that's right. I'm almost at the end of this level. Shut up.
Shut your mouth, dude. Absolutely shut your mouth.
Can you imagine how this is going to be when we also have, video generated and it's going to have, a person that looks like a person saying the words to you?
Well, that's what character AI is.
Yeah.
Character AI is one of those. And I mean, but you're talking about when it looks even more real, when it's like, oh, that's a human.
Yeah. It's going to look like you're having a video call with somebody. And
hey, bud, wait until it's a physical thing in your house walking around.
Yeah.
Wait until and listen, we're two people who have waited for robot pals our entire life. I never thought I would be this guy. We cannot have robot pals. We must stop robot pals at all cost. I'm sorry.
I kind of agree. I just was reading an article about this guy whose name I'll not be able to recall right now, who's a sort of leading futurist, was saying that he was calling all these companies to stop making humanoid shaped robots. He's like, it's not going to work. He's like, how much energy is required to just keep it upright and balanced is going to be prohibitive. And then there's going to be all these, I'm trapped under my robot. There's going to be all these fall injuries.
Just fucking Principal Skinner ass shit going on.
That's right.
People trapped in their own home under a robot, and they're like, robot, call for help. And the robot's like, I got to get to my charging cradle. I can't do shit, dude.
I can't. I'm sorry, bro. It's like,
I don't even have enough energy to stand.
I promise I wasn't trying to fuck it. It just fell on me. Why are your pants around your ankles? I was trying to get away. I was trying to slither out of this predicament.
Because it kept trying to tell me that I had the biggest dick. And I was like, no, look, that can't be true.
That can't be accurate. Look.
We have to verify this because you've never even seen it.
And then it just fell right over. I think it was because it was pretty surprised by my dick.
But anyway, I know that search engines are getting worse and things are getting more and more like bad in terms of being reliable on the internet, but we got to not use these chatbots.
I agree. I hate to be that guy who's like, be a Luddite, turn away from advanced technology, but it does feel problematic at best and catastrophic at worst.
Yeah, the only place you can trust to get truth from reliable sources now is probably our Discord.
That's right. The only place that you can be certain every single statement has been verified and will lead you only to the promised land.
That's right. That's right. We've never said anything that isn't completely correct, and neither have any of you. And all you've got to do to join the Discord and share even more correct and perfect opinions is head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns and support the show for $1 a month.
Yeah, and if you got a little extra scratch to throw our way, if you get some value from what we're talking about and you want to give us a little value in return, hey, more value will come your way too. You get extra episodes, those conversations at the beginning, more stuff, video. Check it out at patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
I might be a starseed with a huge dick, though.
Always said that about you.